one. What's this who raised, son? That's where I came from. That is my A1s. I'm talking day one. Rest of these niggas out here is just fake, son. Look, you can hate, son. You cannot take, son. I've been in every hood out of my state, son. Out in the streets, I'm steady blazing. Looking to cut a nigga like I'm Jason. I am the one. This is the Matrix. Going so hard that they think I'm an agent. Going so hard that they said I'm amazing. These are the facts, though. I'm just amazing. There is no other way that I could stay them. I earn my spot, they'll never be vacant. These niggas lazy. They got complacent. They wanna love all these fucking Caucasians. How the fuck we gonna rebuild our nation? You niggas feminine. Go get some makeup. Sorry, but my love is only for Jacob. We had some hard days. We learned some hard ways. Always. Just know that I pray that we get it out the dust. Only thing that I trust, knowing that my niggas gon' bust. That's thumbing up the rush, thinking that you won't get touched. Fuck when my brother get crushed. Been through too much, always come through in the clutch. Nigga just do what it does. Fuck you thought shit was. Nigga, it wasn't. Know that I do this for dozen. Always kept it 100. Niggas know I never stunning. And I keep shit running, even on the days when the pain keeps coming, or a nigga fucked up and he feel like numbing. Show goes on, I just keep on drumming my faith, even on the days I wanna break. Saying how much could I take, still kept my faith, even when these niggas act fake. Even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Dark days with no night vision. That's why my heart is a cave and there's ice in it. Don't even trust niggas no more, Lord is my witness. Me and these niggas ain't the same, it's a slight difference. Thought a nigga had my back, now it's a knife in it. But now I'm back at the back like it's the ninth inning. Still got the backpack packed in the back of the camp van. Taking any given chance to blaze on the white man. Son of Benjamin, born on the right hand. Never losing grip, I understand who I am. Met a man that showed me the right path. Now I'm rooted in the truth, to rule is my plan. And I can never lose sight like an exam. Sharp as iron, I was forged by fire, man. In the circle of life, how could I tell you, man? I was undesired, had no one. And then I met these men and it changed how I'm living. Their words was convicting, called that a life sentence. Now I need a witness, but no, I'm not Christian. My faith in these scriptures, man, not no religion, man. It's like Tazab, and I'm with my brother Katazai. Man, you niggas too sweet like baklava. Niggas better not make a nigga bring them choppers out. Better pray for your health like the doctors out. Just be faithful. One day you'll be thankful. Wonder why they hateful. Luckily I got angels. I'm so thankful. Yes, I'm so thankful. Used to be ashamed, and even before I
still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Saying how much could I take? Still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake. Even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandment General Yohana. And we've been the home of the truth since 1969, letting the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian know that they are the chosen family members according to the Bible. All right, thus said the Lord. And today is Wednesday Biblical Law class. And, you know, the title is a little bit different today. The title is A Virtuous Woman is Law. All right, and that is part of the law, statutes, commandments. As a priest and prophet, we are ordained to teach this truth. And the truth is that there are over 10 commandments in this Bible. All right, there are 613 laws, statutes, and commandments to abide by. Brotherhood is sisterhood. So brotherhood and sisterhood is law. So we're going to get into these scriptures, man, because that's what we teach. We don't add to the scriptures nor take away from them. Somebody go ahead and get me 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Baba Shah.
Khan, can you hear me, sir?
Khan.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of what?
The head of every man is Christ.
Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of
11 and 1.
Salakia. First Corinthians 11 and 1, sir.
Come on.
All right, no sweat. First Corinthians 11 and 1. All right, it's First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that
Now I praise you, brethren. So that means sisters too. All right. Go ahead.
Khan, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
No, you can break the order.
Keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
So this is letting you know that there's a ranking order system. All right. Everything is done in decency and in order. All right. So the scriptures are letting us know that the head of man is Christ, that the head of woman is man, and even our king has a head, and that is the Most High God. So why are we turning our backs from that, Israelites? I'll tell you why. We're focused on the oppressor's way of living because they don't have a true God. They don't have decency and order. What they have is crime, deception, and knowing how to deceive the Most High's children. We have to come back to our culture to be princesses, if you're a sister, to be warriors, kings, and priests, if we are men, man. Let me go ahead and give y'all a courtesy salute, man. To all the brothers, Shalom Yahaba Shum Yabashabarakathum. To all the sisters, Shalom Yahweh Shamar Latham Bashim Yahweh. And I say that with all the power to rise Israel. Because we're tired of smelling your dry, dead bones, man. We're sick and tired of it. We're finna go over these scriptures, and if you have questions, please ask. All right? Drop that. Let's get 1 Timothy chapter 2. Baba Kasha.
Khan. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
No, let her talk whenever she feels like she needs to open her mouth.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
But she can have authority over the man. It's 50-50.
I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
Go ahead.
But to be in silence.
Go ahead.
Select, sir. 1 Timothy 2. Select, sir. Let me pull verse 3 for you.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 2, verse 13. There it is. Verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Keep going.
Verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived. And Adam was not deceived. Go ahead, sir. But the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Keep going.
Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
And listen, charity is holding that sister accountable. Charity is holding that brother accountable. Why do I say this? Because charity is brotherhood and sisterhood, man. Charity is a commandment. So we have to be sober-minded to be able to follow these laws, statutes, commandments correctly, so we don't continue to be deceived. We are being deceived by these rappers, man. We hear them on the radio or we hear them on YouTube, hearing about, oh, that sister pop that, twerk that. And that is deceiving our people, man. We are living in transgression of the law by not following our culture. All right. We learned that from our oppressors. They had what's her name again? Good night. Marilyn Monroe. We had Marilyn Monroe, and then we had African tribes hitting the drums, popping that, shaking that, twerking that, man. All right. Our sisters had their head wraps and they wear long dresses to hide their nakedness. All right. We need to come back into our culture, man. Because anything else outside of our culture is shaming us. All right. We're being shamed by following somebody else's made-up laws, statutes, commandments. All right. These oppressors are culture vultures. That's why we call them the devils of the Bible. All right. Devil is just another word for deceiver. So let's come back into our culture so we can be set high above all nations of, the face of the planet Earth. We are rulers. We shouldn't be following into some he say, she say. We shouldn't be following some serpent. All right, because serpent is another word for snake. Just like rat is another word for a snitch. Just like, I can keep naming things. It's all metaphors. All right. Israelites, let's stop being used as a metaphor. And let's start to be used as leaders so these followers can follow the righteous way of living. All right. The ISUBK is necessary. Big ups to Commander Juliana for keeping Christ his head, for knowing that Christ's head is the Most High. Big ups to all the sisters that stay down with their husbands. All right, let's get the next scripture. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 20.
All right, we got Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Listen, this scripture is totally accurate. Because a lot of dynasties, kingdoms, and mighty men have fell weak to a woman's snare and her nets, man. You want to know what the snares and the nets is? Her showing her nakedness, her breast being exposed, her putting on that lipstick and them nails, man. Her throwing her hair to the back. It is a dangerous thing, man. All right. And the only way for you to come out of that wickedness of being at her hands is to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, man. That's what pleases God. And that's the only way that you can escape from her, man. By being her head. By following these laws, statutes, commandments correctly. All right. By that woman learning in silence. All right. So she can learn how to be a virtuous and righteous woman to her kings. And I say kings because there are more than one sisters, all right, that should hold fast until that other one, because it is lawful for a man to have multiple wives. That's law. And being virtuous about it, sister, is law. All right? Like, I don't know how else to put it. If you could start at whoso pleases God one more time, Baba Shah.
Khan, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Listen, that's plain and simple. Like, either you're gonna look up to the Most High or you're gonna look up to that woman. All right, and that's gonna be the burial of you, man. Spiritual death. We want you to be spiritually at life, man, willing to give that everlasting water that floweth instead of some drinking water that you're gonna thirst again. Because a lot of us brothers are too thirsty to realize that this woman has taken you captive. Like, it's toxic masculinity. And you are fell for the old okie doke, man. Her snares and her nets. Stop getting caught up in this world, man. It's time to start living outside the box and inside of these laws, statutes, commandments. Because if you break one, guess what? You broke them all, man. There is no picking and choosing. There's no cherry picking either, man. Your Christian pastor will have a woman come in front of the sermon in the pulpit teaching when the scriptures just read for her to keep her silence. Have her head wrapped. Do I need to go over that scripture? Because that's law too. All right, if y'all got any questions, just ask them. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, drop that. Baba Kasha. Let me get 1 Corinthians again, chapter 14, verse 34. Baba Kasha.
Khan. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your woman keep silence in the churches.
That's it.
Let your woman keep silence in the churches.
Go ahead.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Man, thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
Y'all thought Officer Thamaki was adding to the scriptures, huh? Here go another verse where it's talking about let your woman keep silence in the church. So that means if you out in the public and your woman is trying to teach these scriptures, let her keep her silence, all right? Let her man be the man instead of the woman trying to be the man. All right, you are being out of order, woman. If you are out in the public and you are right next to your man and you are blabbering out, that is embarrassing. All right. And that's something that Israel shall no longer be accustomed to. Thus saith the Lord, man. That's law for a woman to keep silence in the church. All right. It is not permitted unto them to speak. They are commanded to be under obedience. This is a commandment. All right. This is Wednesday biblical law class. And we trying to teach the women how to be virtuous instead of dragons. All right. We learned that custom from, the slave master, butt breaking our brothers, torturing us, handcuffing us with yoke and steel around our neck, robbing and stealing from us. For some reason, our woman has lost all respect for us in this Bible. But guess what? The ISUBK is here to stay. We here to let you know how to turn back the hands of time and come back into your rulership, Israel. We want our women to be virtuous. We don't want nay-nays, shaniquas, all right? We want you to do your 90 days and get you a Hebrew name so you can be reborn into this truth, all right? Because forgiveness is being patient. The Most High has been patient with us. That's why we had this grace period. So why not get your life right? Make sure your election is sure. All right? Faith is dead without works. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Y'all got anything you want to add?
La, sir.
Oh, sweat. Somebody, let's keep going through this. Let me get Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22.
Khan. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Be loud and don't keep your silence.
Submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Does it say your own or have a brother on the side?
Submit yourselves unto your own husband.
Go ahead.
As unto the Lord.
As unto who?
Unto the Lord.
Listen, sister. You have to treat your husband as if he was Christ himself. That's how you live a better life. That's how you support your husband. Treat him and talk to him like he is Christ. And I guarantee you that household will be peaceful. I guarantee you will put a smile on his face and he will be proud to say, this is my wife. This is my real. There is nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for her. That's when you will get that sweet feedback. When you not being a nigga to a nigga. When you be a nigga to a nigga, he gonna treat you like a nigga. That's why we get domestic violence cases put on us. Because that husband seen a man's spirit on her. And he didn't know how to control himself. So he acted like a woman and put his hands on a woman. You see how it all comes back in a circle, man? That's why we are giving you this universal practical knowledge so there will be no more domestic violence in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian household, man. There will be scriptures read and there will be counsel. All right? A real man will get counsel on how to deal with his wife. And he can either take it or he can leave it, man. But what we will not do is we will not raise our hand or ball our fist up to a woman. That's what we will not do. Start that verse over one more time. This is why we won't do it.
Khan. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord.
Man, Most High Christ. If y'all don't have
If I could,
that,
sir.
oh, go ahead.
I'm saying every time that I come across this verse, it reminds me of, like, you know what I'm saying, every CEO or every you know what I'm saying, owner of a major business or enterprise, like 90% of the time they're gonna have a like a personal assistant or a woman who's over the office as far as screening phone calls, making sure so all the details and all his mail is being sent out on time. You know what I'm saying? He's on time for his appointments. You know what I'm saying? The scripture reminds me of that role in like in corporate offices, because a woman's office is her home, man. A woman's office is looking after her man and her children, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't expect our sisters to be out there warring with us out there in camp or doing boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Their office is in the home front. You know what I'm saying? When us brothers come out from serving the Lord, boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying, dealing with devils and oppression out there in the workforce, we want to come home to an actual personal sanctuary, man. You know, a place of safety where we can take our shoes off, take our boots off, relax, and be at home with our woman and our children. You know what I'm saying? I want, like, a woman's best office is to make sure there's plenty of food in the pantry or in the refrigerator. The meals are prepped on time, man. And she knows that, you know, so the bills are being paid on time, that the kids are being chastised and corrected. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the man comes through the door, she gives the report about what the damn badass kids have been doing, you know what I'm saying, since he left. You know what I'm saying? That's her watch, man. That's her zone that she has to watch over, man. And it's the perfect, beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like you brought out earlier, that's the rank and order system right there, man. The woman's office is the home and looking after the children, man. And it's easy, man. So once a woman knows her office and what's expected of her, you know what I'm saying, her husband will come back and please her and love her, you know what I'm saying, be proud of her and be you know what I'm saying, and look forward to call her, you know, his virtuous possession. You know what I'm saying? His ruby. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
No, definitely you are on point and exact. And if I could get off the topic a little bit, you know, this is to all the pimps and the hoes, man. That is not anywhere in the Bible. All right. Whoremongers is. All right. Adultery is. So what we have to do is we have to get our sisters off these streets, man. Showing they naked, prostitute. That's the only word for it. Prostitution is not lawful. So if you are a brother and you are selling your sister box, you are a coward to the Most High. And when Christ returns and you go in front of him and you try to act like you know him, the words out of our King's mouth is going to be, depart from me. All right? If you don't know what depart means, your head is going to be departed from you. Decapitation. So this grace period is a time for you to get your life right with the Most High and the children of Israel. It's time to bring these two sticks together forever. All right? Stop turning your back on your family members that need you. All right? We are in hell right now because we're in the worst condition that you can imagine. Hell, the oppressor is living in so much of his heaven that he has to come into our ghettos and ask himself, what's so good about being at the bottom? Because we have not begun to hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord our God. We are hearkening too much on the oppressor's way of living. So let me get back on topic. Let me get verse 23, Bible Shop.
Another one, verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
Listen, our King is a savior of our life. This is what I was just expounding on. We have to be on one accord and have that one body. Listen, it takes a whole body for the head to be able to think. Otherwise, you just be a floating around head going in circles. All right? The Most High is Christ's head. So, where do you think Christ's mind dwells? In these laws, statutes, commandments, so he can please the Most High. So he can actually say that he loves the Most High, because he does. He lived perfect for an example for us to live perfect. So showing true brotherhood and sisterhood is living perfect, not breaking these laws, statutes, commandments. All right, let me get verse 24, Baba Shah.
Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Man, this lady that the Most High is a man of war. All right. If you don't follow orders, you can get somebody killed, or you can get all of us killed, man. So with a sister not having that man as the head, there will be a problem in the household, and she'll call the cops. And guess what's going to happen? The cops are bound to, okay, 8 times, 9 times out of 10, beat the brother, okay, mistreat the brother, or assassinate the brother. Just look what's happened in this world today off of calling the police on a brother. That's why I brought to your attention that counsel is necessary. We don't need our oppressors in our life. All right? The Chinese govern the Chinese. The Arabs govern the Arabs. The Japanese govern the Japanese. But for some reason, we have the oppressor governing us on their way of living, when they didn't even know how to clean themselves until they ran across the Israelites. They didn't know anything about 10 commandments until they ran across the Israelites. All right? Babushah, keep going.
Khan. Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Listen, we got our to our family, man. We are the nation of Israel, the children of Israel. We have a father, and he is the God of Israel, the power of Israel. So stop half-assing giving your all, because your 100% amounts to about 10%. All right, these scriptures are firm. So if you are too weak to stand up for this truth, pay your tithes to Commander Junior Hunter, so the men of the Lord can get out here and do the work that's needed to be done in these streets, man. We go into the most dangerous environments. Hell, we live in the most dangerous environments. Your oppressor lives in the suburbs, all right, in the mansions on the hills. And if he a 2-time loser, he lives in trailer parks, or he's homeless out there with our brothers and sisters, oppressing them even more by being a snitch. All right? Informants are real. Just like the angels of the Most High are real. Just like the angels in the ISUBK are real. and we here to set forth the law. We here to warn you that the Most High only punishes children because he cares. So when your husband corrects you, sister, it's only a form of love. Don't take it the wrong way. Take that checking like a virtuous woman to get that household on 100% instead of 10%. All right, there is no such thing as 50-50 in the household. In my household, this is the house of Tamakia. All right, and that goes for every priest in the ISUBK. It ain't the house of so and so and so and so. It's the house of that priest. All right, and the priest is gonna keep that in order, and decency in order, and have his wife in obedience because that's law. That's law. We are not adding to the scriptures or taking away. You got anything you want to add before we move on to the next scripture?
Sir.
Sweat. Let's jump to Ecclesiasticus. Bible shall start at verse 1.
So, like I said, which chapter?
In Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 1.
Chapter 26, verse 1. All right. Khan. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double.
Listen. If a priest or a regular man still searching for the truth has a virtuous woman, his days will be numbered because he's not stressed, he's not depressed, he has his mind and his household in order.
Verse 2, sir.
Verse 2.
Khan, verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
There you go, right? If a woman is being virtuous, there goes that smile of rejoicing. There's no worries. There's no cocktail talk. There's dinner on the table. All right, food for thought. If you are listening, take note. Write it down. This is necessary. Go ahead, verse 3.
Khan, verse 3. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Ooh-wee. You have to fear the Lord in order to be virtuous. You have to fear the Lord to be able to follow such commandments.
That's right.
You have to fear the Lord to have as a woman, man is your head. Because the man fears the Lord by having Christ as his head. And Christ fears the Lord. That's why he has the Most High as his head. So women, listen. It goes the Most High, Christ, man, woman, and children. That's how you be virtuous. You keep that order. You keep submitting yourselves unto righteous men. Not, having multiple men. I'm saying each sister submit yourselves unto your own husband. So we don't have to deal with all this bickering, all this battling. We know what's what. We know what's righteous, man. Thus said the Lord. Is that it on verse 3? Y'all muted, my bad.
Con, that's it, sir. That's it for verse 3.
Drop that.
Which one, sir?
No, I'm saying drop that unless y'all want to add.
Oh, I don't have anything. Do you have anything over on the quad?
No, you too wild. You bring it up.
All right, let me get Proverbs, Bob Kasha. Chapter 31, verse 7.
Yeah, I got it, Officer Razan. You said Proverbs 31 and 7?
Con.
All right, most in Christ. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 7. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more.
All right, this is what a virtuous woman can do for a man. All right, he's gonna pour that cup of wine. You know, he's gonna drink a little bit, and he's gonna forget about his poverty. He's gonna forget about what he's been through because he can look at what's in front of him. A virtuous woman that'll take away the ease of his pain from his past because he's dealing with something so beautiful, something that he can call his princess. That's what we call our sisters in the ISUBK. We don't call them queens, we call them princesses. All right, because they actually mean something to us. They are more valuable than even a ruby. All right, Bob Shah, go ahead and finish that scripture.
Khan. Verse 8.
No. And remember.
Salakia. And remember his misery no more.
All right. If you're being virtuous and obedient, then his misery will be no more. All right. His life will continue without vain because he has somebody that will listen to him just like you want him to listen to you, sister. It goes both ways. All right. One commandment is not greater than the other. You have to be able to do this and be virtuous about it and be obedient about it, sisters. Just like brothers, all the commandments that we have, we grow our beards out. We don't get edge ups. We do it in obedience because we love the Most High. We love to follow these laws, statutes, commandments perfectly. All right, drop that. Let me get verse 10.
Khan, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
That's what we got to start looking at, sister. Being a virtuous woman, who can find it? For you are more precious than $40. So like it, $20 for an eighth of dro. You're more precious than all that. So it's time to give it up, man. Give your life to the Most High. Give your life to your husbands, because that's who you belong to. And treat your husbands as if he were Christ himself. All right? That's who warriors are looking for. We're looking for somebody that, you know, we can find ourselves not being miserable about the past and being drunken alcoholics. We're looking for that virtuous woman. Who can find it? I tell you who can find it. Brothers that came into this school, did they 90 days, that closed their mouth and learned something in the ISUBK under Commander Junior Hunter, man. Commander Junior Hunter is raising righteous sisters. He's raising women to close their damn mouths. He's raising women to be loved. All right? Not to be at war with men. He's raising women to be loved, to be taken care of, spiritually and physically. All right, drop that. Let me get verse 26, Baba Shah.
Khan, verse 26. She openeth her mouth with his wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
That's how you put on your perfect sisterhood. Yo, how you say the word? Femininity. I might be making up words. Listen, be kind in all manners. That's opening your mouth with wisdom, sisters. Acting like a woman. Treating yourself like you are far above some rubies. Treating your mind and your words like that. Every time you open your mouth should be with kindness. Kind out of one kind. If you're not in the ISUBK, you don't know what that means. What it stands for is your husband is your Lord. That's what it stands for. We just went over this. Treat your husbands like as if he were Christ himself. Start that over one more time, Baba Shah.
Khan, verse 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness.
Keep going.
Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her.
Listen. Now, hold on real quick, Baba Shah. Listen, even the children will be amazed when that sister start talking like she got some sense in the household, man. Even the children, they be like, man, bless her. And the husband be like, yeah, listen to her. Learn something from her. Be nice and do all things in the tongue as which the law is of kindness, man. If you're a woman, teach your children how to be obedient. All right? Raise those children up to listen to the father also. You know, you can't listen if you arguing all the time. There is a miscommunication going on. But if you be like, hey, you know, let me pull you to the side to the other room and let's not talk about this in front of the kids. Let's get it right in front of the kids. That's how you become blessed, sisters. That's how you become virtuous in the following these laws, statutes, commandments correctly. Go ahead, Baba Shah.
Salakin, if I may.
Oh, go ahead. Damn right.
Right. Just like what you're saying is right. In verse 27, and she says, she looketh well to the ways of her household. Like, she's making sure everything is getting taken care of in her household. You know what I'm saying? Like, making sure the kids are fed, making sure the food is cooked, the house is clean, the dishes is washed. You know what I'm saying? She's taking care of the household, right? And then it says, and eateth not the bread of idleness, meaning she's not lazy. She's not going to be a lazy woman. You know what I'm saying? This is a godly woman. A godly woman is not a lazy woman that's just going to sit around not doing nothing to contribute to the house and make sure her family is taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's all I want to add.
Man, Most High crazy. Hey, go ahead.
And as well, you know what I'm saying, as well as a woman taking care of her husband's house, you know what I'm saying, she can do even more, but doing more for her nation and preparing for the next feast day. You know what I'm saying? Preparing for the next cookout. You know what I'm saying? Making those arrangements and making those phone calls, you know what I'm saying, pre-planning, you know what I'm saying, for these feast days that we as Israelites in ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, for our feast days that we celebrate. You know what I'm saying? There's always a lot of work there to be done as well. You know what I'm saying? We have the sisters right now who've been preparing for the past couple of days for the 2021 Houston, Texas Southern Cookout taking place this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So if you're listening to this class, you know what I'm saying, if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you were invited to come down to Houston, Texas this weekend for the cookout, man. You'll get a glimpse into what it's like to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? What real brotherhood and sisterhood looks like, man. You'll see nothing but righteous brothers there, and nothing but virtuous women is there as well, man, who give a damn about their culture. You know what I'm saying? And want to serve their people, man, in the name of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to add.
The water, Most High crazy, man. Listen, I knew I can get Officer Naquan to speak, man. I knew it. Already, man. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead. Let me get the next scripture, Baba Shah.
Khan, verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. Verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all.
Go ahead.
Verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty. Salaki.
No, go ahead. It's heavy.
Come. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Man, that's how you do it right there, sister. All that extra, save that for the cast members of actors and actresses. All that extra stuff is extra, according to this Bible. Anything else, you are adding to the scriptures and you are taking away from the scriptures. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. All right? Faith is dead without works. Nothing goes unnoticed and unaccounted for. You have to be accountable, sisters. And we're going to hold the brothers accountable too. All right? We are not emotional men in the ISUBK. We have a structure that we are trying to build a foundation that will last forever. Thus saith the Lord. When this kingdom falls, there will be no other. So it's time for us to, pick up our masculinity if you're a man, and pick up being a virtuous woman if you're a sister. Like, what's so confusing about that? Stop being deceived by the deception of social media or reality TV shows. All right? They're just actors. That is not what really goes on. It's all for entertainment. Just like the music business. They are just here to make money off of you because you are easily deceived. But I'll tell you where this truth lies. This truth lies right here in these scriptures. And this is my first wife. Does anybody else agree that these scriptures are their first wife?
Damn
Damn
right.
Damn right, sir. Colorado won't come.
Man, most high first. And that's how we have to live. We have to live by following orders. We have to live by there has been a commandment to be in command. Not when you feel like it, but forever. Thus saith the Lord. Balkashai, let me get the last scripture, verse 31, and then we're going to end class.
Khan. This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse 31. Can you hear me?
Khan.
Give her, Salaki, give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
Listen, just how we was talking about the pimps, this goes for all the treacherous women too, man. Your works are being accounted for. So that's why it's time for you to put your fruits and not become a bad apple in the bunch. All right? How you like them apples? It's time to get your act together because your works are being shown forth right in front of your face. Your husband knows what he's talking about. If you be like, man, listen, I ain't going home right now. Like, one more drink. You know, it's almost last call for alcohol. You know, he's drinking in misery because he has to go home to a dragon. All right? When it should be the other way around. Man, I got to hurry up and get home. Like, I got a wife that loves me. You know, there's food on the table. It's warm. The bed is made. All I got to do is pull that sheet over, roll over. She going to give me a massage until I go to sleep, man. That's great work, sister. That's something that will help you in your works being praised in the gates. All right, just like the priest was bringing forward. The sisters in the ISUBK have been preparing for this cookout a week in advance. All right, they putting in they brick. They following these laws, statutes, commandments. They keep their silence in the church. And their works will be praised in the gates. And guess what? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's within you, Israel. It's up to you to turn back into your culture, turn back into your family members. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, then listen, spread this truth that we are one. We are that one body that Christ died for. And with that, if y'all don't have anything to add, y'all got anything to add?
La, sir.
Yeah, no, you
walk. Let's go ahead and get the security announcement about the shop. Or if y'all don't have it in front, I'll go ahead and read.
Salaka, sir. I don't have these security announcements.
Yeah.
This is what I got it. All right, no shit.
Okay, this is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes. which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
All right, the upcoming holy convocation will be the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. All right, it starts on the 25th day of the 9th month. All right, by the space of 8 days, and it will begin Sunday, the 28th of November, 2021, for 8 days. And this will be found in 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61.
All right, Most High in Christ. Check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Passing the class back over to Officer Demakia.
All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jerry Hanna. And you were just tuned in to Wednesday Biblical Law class. You know, make sure you like and share this video. All right, share it to your uncle, your auntie, your sister, your cousins, your baby daddy, baby mamas. All right. Make sure if you need the schedule for the Houston cookout that you visit ISUPK Houston or any one of these brothers' pages. You know, you can scroll down their timeline and get the address to the ISUPK Houston School, or, you know, we'll see you at one of the events. And with that, courteous salute to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakathon. Courteous salute to the sisters. Shalom Yahweh Shamar by Shem Yahweh Shah. And if I could, Officer Nakwa,
Khan.
if you got time, can you end the class with about 3 songs? Or your choice, sir.
All right. Khan. All right. Shalom, Lord Christ.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2, you hear me? 144 back again. Run it back. Yeah. It's time to lead the enemy desolate. I'm heaven sent. These niggas just on some extra shit, and I ain't impressed with it. Could you kick that bullshit to the left of it? Hey, look, you can't deny this excellence. I use this mic like weaponry, and I've been seeking more clarity. Right now, I'm ready as I'll ever be, rugged as I ever been. The devil knocking at my door, I'ma let him in. Cause I'm a worthy adversary. Pour them liqueur laced with rosemary. It's time to grind, ain't no time to tarry. Take one of mine, get your soul carried. I got them worry, plus these niggas full of estrogen. They fickle, they false. Got a big balls, so end up in the real issue. Fuck with my brethren, I deal with you. Yeah, look, it's getting real official. Seeing how them bitches can cross you, and how they still twist you. It'll hit you, then peel a tissue. Them others weak, my brother's been sent to the deep. So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. Hey, in my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. Out my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. But I don't wanna see no more.
Beat the cops, beat the ops, beat the motherfucking eyes. I'm the one. Why you think that I've been rolling with a Kai? Your little arms is too short to hotbox with God. French's long team strong with them, a gun down would die. Tired of these fake snakes, crooked names who oppress Jake. No pressure makes diamonds I won't break on this crooked landscape. We gon' make some shake, so I ain't got time to argue with you fucking reprobates. While these crackers getting richer when we raise the crime rate, and they hunt my people like gorillas and some primates. So we in these streets trying to raise a brother's mind state in every concrete jungle, from Cali to the tri-state. I buried brothers over beef that they couldn't squash. Blood in the streets, brains out like galosh. I trust the cracker when I mix that squash. You listening to real niggas, dog, who can't be bought. Whoa. Why you think I go so hard? Cause this world's fucked up, nigga, I've been scarred. PTSD, brothers can't drop their guard. Every day some bullshit, you gotta weave and bob. It's no facade, so every day I'm on my job. It's time to send these devils to the land of Nod. Cause when I lost my religion, that's when I found God. So when I lost my religion, nigga, I found God.
In my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. Hey, in my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. And I don't wanna see no more.
Is music more than 20 million people use Grammarly?
Fuck, man. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat, right? Shit, I used to leave the street light. Hey, now I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga on gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice. Tryna stack a couple grand, get on some land, that'll put us on our feet in the field with the Warriors. And you know a nigga glorious, but we still keep it G though. Keep them tools Home Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Hey, hit the nigga with the Rico. Hey, said they fucked up the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand me. That's why I keep a Glock handy. Might sip a little brandy while I'm chilling with the family. Tell him a real nigga landed. Dressing all black like a bandit. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I came to do damage. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Back, now we ballin'. Ain't Babylon fallin'. You know the path a nigga walk. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted was the win and the big body bend. Now I'm gone in the wind, tryna stack a couple in. Now let's get it in, yeah, let's get it in. About to make the shit tremble. 144, the rebel. Yeah. About to turn it up a level. Heat the bitch up like lava. And it probably bring a whole mob. And all that we feel is our father. And I'm headed for the top dollar. And ain't none gonna stop me. None gonna stop. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Go back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Go back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know.
Ain't got no time to play, ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way now. Ain't got no time to play, ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way now. I got them soldiers on the way now. I got them soldiers on the way now.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prophets. My nigga serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
What if I told you you could get car insurance for as low as $28 a month? If you pay over $100 a month, keep watching. The issue is most people are overpaying for their car insurance simply because they don't have the time to call every insurance company and get quoted. Each call takes like 45 minutes and times that by 5 different insurance companies. Nobody's got time for that. Well, now there's these sites out there that automatically pull quotes from all the insurance companies in your area in one swoop. I did some research into all of them, and at least for me, Giraffe has had some of the best deals and discounts. So I went with them. I put a link in the description so you can check them out. With Giraffe, you just enter some really basic questions about your car and where
Hey,
you
Officer Nakua.
get quoted from all the top insurance companies in your area. They're all competing for your business at this point, so they will be giving you discounts you didn't even know were out there to try and get your
Officer
business.
Nakua.
Oh, and it's free to use, so just click the link below. I was able to pay off my student loans and credit card debt simply because of how much money I'm now saving on my car insurance. It only takes like 2 minutes and it's completely free. So there's really no reason for you not to click the link and try it out for yourself right now. Click the link below and thank me later.
Okay, class, who would like to do problem 3 on the board?
Please don't be me. Please don't be me.
I know, Miss Einstein. Let's give someone else a try, Ralphie. How about you, Sophia?
Actually...
Recess!
Whew! Saved by the bell.
What happened, Sophia?
I froze in front of the whole class.
What if I'm not smart enough to do math? The